welcome back to my channel. It is Brittany. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Please consider subscribing before you leave. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. In this video, I wanted to focus on makeup. I haven't done like a makeup focused video on this channel in a while, but on TikTok and Instagram, I'm very active with, sharing makeup looks and stuff like that. It's just easier for me to do like short videos over there. I wanted to start doing more on this channel as well. And I'm going to start off with some of my favorite products. I have gotten some requests for how I apply my lashes for beginners. And I just filmed my brows and how I apply my lashes for Instagram and TikTok. And I'm probably going to put up a YouTube short for you guys for those two topics, brows and lashes, because that's what, stresses people out the most. And I understand it took me a long time to learn how to apply both or to do both of them. So I'll have that for you guys. A lot of the products on my makeup favorites are base products, which means like for the face and stuff like that. I really don't like go crazy about eyeshadow palettes like I used to in like 2018, 2019 and stuff like that. It's like with the pandemic, my makeup style changed and like what I like changed. I still do like eyeshadow looks, but it's not usually like colorful like I used to like. So yeah, so I'm gonna get into all of my favorite makeup right now. If you like my hair, this is Outre Marissa. I do have a review on my channel. You can watch it if you haven't already. It should be on my info card. I don't know if it's going to be in order of, how I put it on my face, but I tried to put that on my list. So first, for primer, I usually reach for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer as well as the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. So the Power Grip Primer from e.l.f. is a dupe for the Milk Primer. I feel like the e.l.f. one is stickier though. So if you have a problem with that kind of sticky feel, then you might want to go with the Milk one. But I don't know if that's like necessary because the Milk one is going to be more expensive. But I used every drop of my Milk one up. So I finally went and got the e.l.f. one. I had both of them at the same time at one point. They're both great primers and they're for all skin types as well. From what I know, they're for all skin types. I have dry skin, and when my skin was, I thought it was, when it was oily a few years ago, I still used the Milk one. So I feel like those primers are for every skin type, but the e.l.f. one is obviously cheaper and it does the same thing as the Milk one. So I like both of those for my primer. For brows, I have been loving the Benefit Goof Proof Pencil. I like that the Goof Proof Pencil is thicker than the Precisely My Brow Pencil, also by Benefit. I feel like because it has a thicker pencil, you can do your brows faster. With the Precisely My Brow Pencil, I feel like it takes me a little bit longer. And I feel, because it's called Goof Proof, I feel like it's more beginner friendly than the Precisely My Brow Pencil. That's what I've been reaching for more so than the Precisely My Brow Pencil. And nowadays, I do wear my brows a little bit more thicker than I was a couple of years ago. It's so crazy, the evolution and everything of my brows. Like, I didn't really do my brows until probably like 2012, 2013. And then I made them way too thick in 2016, 2017. And then I kind of toned down in 2018 through 2021. And now I have been growing out my natural brows because my natural brows are very thick. And I just kind of shape them up a little bit and then fill them in. So it's been a journey with my brows, okay? And I really like the Goof Proof Pencil. And if you're a beginner, highly recommend that because I feel like you can get your brows together a lot faster with that particular product. Laura Mercier setting powder. I usually set my brows after I do my primer. I set my brows just so that they don't get oily. And of course I use that translucent powder under my eyes after I put my highlighter on. After I put on my concealer under my eyes and stuff. So it's like that's the only translucent powder you really need unless you have like a really nice drugstore dupe. Somebody tell me what's your favorite drugstore translucent setting powder and I'll try it because, if it's a cheaper good one out there, I'd love to try it. But I just feel like it's nothing wrong with that. It's been good for years and I don't feel like I need to change it. So, and it's good for all skin tones as well. I've seen super fair skin people wear this and I've seen, darker skin people wear this as well. So It's nice to have, okay? The LA Girl Orange Corrector. So I've been watching YouTube makeup videos for years, and I don't know if a lot of people still do this, but I certainly do. If I have dark spots, I like to combat them with orange corrector, because usually with dark spots, the color of it is like a blue tone, so you want to go with the opposite color, which is orange. At least for my skin tone. Some people use red, some people use green. It just depends on your skin tone. I use the orange corrector shade from LA Girl Cosmetics, and I usually use that under my nose and on the corner of my mouth, and under my eyes. And I do that before foundation, because sometimes just putting foundation on top of dark spots, you can still see it through it. So it kind of balances out your skin tone before you put on foundation. So I recommend doing that if you just figure out what your skin tone needs. So like fair skin people, their blemishes tend to be like red, so you want to do the opposite, which is green. Like medium tan skin is usually gonna be like you go with like a peach or an orange. And then darker skin, you can go with orange or red to combat hyperpigmentation. So yeah, so I learned that on YouTube. Everything I've learned about makeup is from YouTube, okay? I have gone to like shadow a makeup artist before, and she's taught me some things, but most of the stuff I've learned about makeup was from YouTube, okay? It's free, okay? There's still a lot of people's content on here. It's years of content that you guys can watch for free on YouTube. That's why I'm like, if you don't know how to do something, just watch YouTube. Next, I'm gonna talk about my favorite foundation right now. It's been this way probably for the last 6 months, and people like hyped it up on Instagram, but it's hyped for a reason. It is so nice. The NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, and I have it in the shade Huahine. Though the way it looks on it's like a subtle glow. I don't look oily. I look like I have a glow, and I just feel like it looks like skin. Makeup videos that I've done on Instagram and TikTok, I'm usually wearing that foundation because it looks good. I tried to wear my Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation, and it just didn't look it doesn't look as good as my NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I could have the wrong shade, and that's why it doesn't look that good, but that's the one. I have several NARS foundations and other brands, and I've been just gravitating towards that light reflecting foundation because it just looks so good on the skin, and it looks like skin-like. And I used to like to look super matte all the time, but I really like how that looks on my skin. Highly recommend it. And this is coming from somebody who has dry skin, but I've seen people with oily skin and stuff like that foundation too. So next up is my concealer. So I've been rocking with this concealer since 2019, and that's the Juvia's Place concealer. Now some people, I think it's like 50-50. I see some people that don't like it, but I love it, okay? That's pretty much the only concealer I use faithfully. I use the shade 13 underneath my eye and to carve out the under part of my brows. Love it. I love the doe foot applicator. It's thicker, it's not thin, and it's reasonably priced. I go through that concealer probably every 6 months or so. It's just nice to have. I really love that concealer, and I feel like that particular shade is like perfect because I like to venture out and try other concealers and stuff like that, but it's been so hard to kind of figure out my shade. But J13 is my perfect shade for under my eye and like my brows as well. So I don't like the Juvia's Place foundation, the one that came out in 2019. I never found my shade. It just was either too yellow or too orange. But the concealer is on point. So, okay, let me. How convenient. So I wanted to reapply my gloss, and this wasn't going to be in the video, but I just started using this today because I have been loving glossy nude looks. And this particular gloss, I'll probably insert a better picture for you guys. It's from Revlon. It's the Revlon Super Luscious The Gloss, and it's in the shade Sky Pink. To me, it's giving like the MAC lip glosses from back in the day. Back in the day, I couldn't afford MAC lip glosses, so I'm glad like drugstore brands, and there's other brands to choose from. This looks so pretty. So in the container, it looks super, super pink, but I paired it with a brown lip liner, and it just looks so good. I'll probably have better pictures for you guys so you guys can really see it. I want to do a nude lip video. I've been saying that for the last couple of months. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do some fall lips for you guys, and I'm gonna do some red lips for you guys. So, but this gloss is really, really nice. Drugstore has some really nice lip glosses. Again, I'll have all of these products listed in the description box. That gloss is popping. I'm only gonna mention one eyeshadow palette because I told you guys I used to go crazy about eyeshadow palettes and buy like every one that released. I don't do that anymore. No, I don't do that anymore. Now, I still have a good collection of eyeshadow palettes, but it's not nearly as many as it was a couple of years ago. I used to have so many. But this one has stayed true, okay? If you are a neutral girl, you gotta have the Soft Glam palette by ABH. I recently cleaned mine off because it was so dirty because I've had it since 2018. And they say you're supposed to... This says 18 months. Keep this for 18 months. So I should have threw this away in 2020. But no, I'm going to still use this palette. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah, but this Soft Glam palette is amazing. First of all, the colors, neutrals and berry tones. They have a lot of matte shades in here. They have a nice matte black. They have a lot of shimmer tones in here as well. So you can do some beautiful everyday looks, but certainly some romantic bridal looks and stuff like that. And I feel like the formula, especially the dark colors, are not patchy. They blend very well. You will get fallout with this palette, but fallout isn't a big deal for me. I was using the Juvia's Place Rebel Quad palette in like the orangey brown one. I did a look with this palette from Juvia's Place recently, and this is the Rebel Honey palette. It's a quad palette here. And I wanted a nice classic fall look, very warm, and this palette has that, but the darkest shade in here was so patchy. It was so weird. It got lighter when I was like blending it. It was so weird. It was kind of turning a lighter orange color. So I was like, let me go on my Soft Glam palette because the browns in here are top notch. They are not patchy. They're going to give you the depth of color that you want, and it won't be patchy. So I had to pair another palette with it to make this one work. So these are top tier as far as blendability and everything. Love that palette. It's holy grail for me. And it's been 4 years and I still reach for this palette all the time. Such a good palette. Everybody went up about, I think Modern Renaissance was the one. I have that. I never touch it. I always use the Soft Glam palette. And I have done other people's makeup, like my mom's makeup and like, you know, family. I usually use this palette because it's just good. Okay, so that's pretty much the only eyeshadow palette I have on this list because that's really all you need. Unless you're a color girl, I can't really recommend palettes like that because I don't have a lot of... I do have a few colorful palettes, but I just don't reach for them. On an everyday basis, I go for this neutral palette. Even though I'm looking at the Glam Light Barbie collab eyeshadow palette that they just released. It's very fun and some beautiful colors in there. I think I'm gonna pick that up. Next, I want to mention my Juvia's Place Bronze Duo Bronzer. So it comes with 2 different bronzers in it, a lighter shade and a deeper shade. And I have it in tan, and they do have it for different skin tones. They have blushes in the same thing as well, but I don't have the blushes yet. I need to go on Juvia's Place and pick up some of their new stuff. Okay, but this bronzer palette is the only bronzer palette I need, okay? I use this bronzer palette for eyeshadow. I have it on today. I picked that idea up from Face Over Matter. I saw her do her makeup last year or earlier this year, and she used bronzer for eyeshadow, and that's just so smart. And it makes like your look very like harmonious and cohesive because you're using your bronzer in 2 different places. So, and it's an easy eyeshadow look. So I love that bronzer. I have it on today as well on my cheeks, on my cheekbones and stuff. It just warms up my look. That's such a great buy. I love that bronzer duo. It's no need for me to buy another one. That's the one for me. Okay, so the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush in Joy. So I have never used a liquid blush until this year, and I saw somebody on Instagram who was similar in skin tone to me, and she used this particular blush in this shade, and I have loved it ever since. So it goes on liquid and you blend it out and it kind of mattifies. It's a nice, like, it's a nice coral color, and it just looks so good. Like, it adds such a nice, like, a nice flush of color to your cheeks. I usually wear a pink blush, but the orange coral color looks so good. Okay. That's the only shade I've tried from Rare Beauty, and I feel like that's gonna last me forever. Picked it up at Sephora. It looks really good. I used this today as well. All the stuff I'm mentioning, I used it today. Let me see. So I forgot the contour. I used to use the Wet n Wild Where's Walnut contour stick, but then I couldn't find it anymore, and so I tried the Palladio Beauty Build and Blend foundation stick, and I have it in the shade Mocha, and that's what I use for my contour now. It's so nice. Like, it's so nice. And I want to mention my favorite contour brush as well, because I use that together. I like using a cream contour because it just blends so beautifully with your skin. It's a foundation stick, so it blends like smoke. Okay, it blends so beautifully with the skin. And I have been using the Fenty face brush in number 125 probably since the end of last year, and this is such a nice small shape, so it really gets in there when I'm blending my contour out. I love this brush. You could probably find it cheaper with e.l.f. or something like that, but this brush, I have to clean this all the time because I use it every time I do my makeup. Every time I do my makeup. I love this brush. Oh, this is so good. It's so good. Okay, so another thing that TikTok, what did TikTok make me buy this? TikTok, Instagram, YouTube made me buy was the, I need a new one because it's almost gone, if you guys can see that. Like, this is the second bottle I've gone through since April. It's that good, okay? It's the airbrush, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. It says party all night, stay all day. It says primes and sets for up to 16 hours. Instantly locks in your look for makeup magic that looks just applied. Okay, so I've used this since April. I do have dry skin, but dry skin can look oily over time too. Like, your makeup can start looking oily too. So I've worn this to weddings. I've been to 2 weddings this year, and I'm pretty sure I wore this there, and I wore it all summer, and I have it on today. I had to blot a little bit so far, but not like crazy. I like this spray a lot, and I used to use a Milani setting spray, and I used to use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I like this one a lot. And like I said, I've been through 2 bottles. I need to go ahead and buy some more, but I might wait until the next VIB sale at Sephora and probably get something cheaper in the meantime. If you have a cheaper setting spray that you like, let me know in the comments. But I'll probably pick up a Milani. I like the Milani setting sprays too. Back to my lips. I told you guys about this gloss, but the pencil that I have been heavily using is from the Lip Bar. I need to go ahead and just buy a couple of them because all the other pencils I have don't compare. Like, I have Club Hopper by NYX. I have Espresso by NYX, and everybody loves Espresso, but Straight Living from the Lip Bar is a perfect lip liner, and it's very creamy as well, because some lip liners are kind of dry, and it blends so well with all of my lip products that I use. Lipsticks, glosses, matte liquid lipsticks, and stuff like that. I really love that lip liner, and like I said, I'm gonna go back and get some more because I know it's gonna run out because I use it every time I do my makeup. Next up, I want to talk about another gloss that I've been loving. I've been wearing this next gloss more than this. I just now started to use this one. It's the Milani Champagne Gloss. I forgot what collection it's from. It's like a plumper kind of gloss. I already have big lips, but I wanted like a champagne kind of shade with my gloss, so I picked that up, and it's really nice. I'll try to find videos and pictures of me wearing that gloss. I just like that brown lip liner gloss combo, like nude gloss combo. It always works. It's been working for years. It's always gonna work. I call it a classic. It's a classic. I have been liking the Maybelline Lifter Gloss paired with the Straight Living pencil as well, and in the shade Stone. It's like a more orangey kind of clear gloss. It's like an orangey kind of color. It looks good too, but I do prefer champagne and this sky pink gloss here more than stone, but it still looks good. And lastly, I want to talk about my lashes. So I just picked these up from Walmart last week, and I have worn them probably 2 or 3 times so far. Really like them. I have the volume with these lashes, and they're not too thick. Okay, so they're very everyday, but also it has a little bit of drama. Okay, I love these, and they're $4 at Walmart. I think they're $3.97 at Walmart, and I need more pairs. This is the INV Light 3D lashes in number 75. I need more of these because this is all I need. I'll probably just get more of these, and these be like my signature lashes. I've tried a lot of really good lashes over the last 2 years. I need to do a lash video of some of my favorite lashes, but these are definitely one of them. Love how natural and wispy they are, but they do have some length and some volume without them being like too dramatic. So I'm a fan. Okay, so that was a list of some of my current favorite makeup products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to share with me some of your favorite makeup products down below so I can try them, okay? If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.